Emulation on the Steam Deck is about to get really interesting because Emulation OS Batocera, which is an operating system, an OS designed around emulation and providing all your emulated games, systems, ROMs in a beautiful, crispy, clear, beautiful interface, to where you could see like the game cover art, description about games, little trailers and stuff like that, and just browse all your ROMs in such a beautiful interface. It's now available on the Steam Deck. They released a beta image of the operating system that you can now try on your Steam Deck. And what this means is you can just install this, burn this image of this operating system onto a micro SD card, plop it into your Steam Deck, and then basically boot into it and have the ultimate emulation experience on the Steam Deck, and it looks absolutely amazing. Let's get into it. I'm Blaze2K. Before we get to it though, please drop a like. It really helps this video and the algorithm and everything else. Hit the subscribe and click the bell icon, and follow me on Twitter, link in the first comment down below. Let's go. What you need to know. So Batocera.Linux is an open source operating system, runs on Linux, designed around video game emulation and is entirely free to download. Now, if you've ever heard of RetroPie, which runs on the Raspberry Pi, it's basically a front end for emulation. You see your cover art, you see trailers, gameplay of the game that you're about to launch, description about the game, all that good stuff. It's all packaged into RetroPie. Well, Batocera is like another Linux version of that, with skins, themes, stuff you can optimize, and it emulate, like the emulators are optimized to run on it. Supported platforms include, but are not limited to, the original Microsoft Xbox, Sony PlayStation, and Nintendo 64, but you're required to back up your games yourself. Of course, you have to source your own games, alright? They're not going to just give you a bunch of ROMs to play. This is what we said was going to happen, right? As more people, more developers got their hands on the Steam Deck, the emulation potential of this thing, playing your old games on this thing, was going to explode as more developers got their hands on it, and that is happening right now with this Batocera. There was already great ways to emulate games on the Steam Deck as it was, but this is going to take it to a whole new level. Emulation continues to be a huge selling point for Valve's handheld, expanding your game selection beyond the already extensive Steam library. The latest beta build of Batocera.Linux provides an entirely new operating system for the portable console, loaded with the best emulators and their appropriate cores for each platform. With contributions from the community, Batocera is an open source and free to download operating system. Configuration for each emulator is kept to a minimum, so you don't have to do too much tinkering to have it work perfectly, and having it designed, having the operating system optimized for the Steam Deck specifically is just going to make a setup a breeze. Extra features like image upscaling shaders, gameplay rewinding, help enhance your gameplay. Game backups, whether from discs or cartridges, can be transferred to your Steam Deck and played wherever you go with the streamlined OS. The official website contains helpful installation guide to start with Batocera. I'll put the link to that down below in the video description, including flashing the operating system to an external storage device, aka your micro SD card, and installing it on a desktop PC or your Steam Deck. So we're going to switch over now to a video from Retro Game Corps, who actually filmed a great video showing what this operating system can do on your Steam Deck here, and we're going to take a look. So go check out Retro Game Corps. I'll put a link in the video description and in the first comment to where you can go and see this video yourself, or you can just leave this video right now and go watch it yourself that way. But I just want to watch the video, give you a little bit of commentary over it. I'm new to emulation on the Steam Deck. I've not actually done any emulation on the Steam Deck myself yet, believe it or not, so this may be my entry point. So let's get into it. Retro Game Corps. Or Corpse.
This is Russ from Retro Game Corps. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new test version of Bottasera, which is
Bottasera, not Batocera.
Now, if you're not familiar with Bottasera, this is a custom Linux operating system tailor-made for retro game emulation, and it's been.
So if you're installing it on your SD card, you don't have to worry too much about trying to dual boot on the NVMe SSD. I do not recommend anyone install this operating system alongside SteamOS. It's too. You need to be really tech savvy, and you've got a high risk of messing something up, so don't do that. Flash it onto a micro SD card, pop it in, go into the boot manager on your Steam Deck, and then switch over to this operating system. That's probably the more efficient way of doing it.
Been around for several years, but this is the very first time that we've had it booting on the Steam Deck. Now, when I first heard about the Steam Deck and the fact that it had an SD card slot, I got super excited. And that's because this entire Bottasera operating system can work from the SD card slot. And so this entire build that you're seeing here, including the
look at this
emulators,
oh my god, Look at that! It's like the whole RetroPie experience.
else.
So you're able to switch through your systems here. Look at that, Sega Genesis. You get a little picture of the Sega Genesis. You get information about the Sega Mega Drive or Sega Genesis. A little bit of backstory if you maybe didn't grow up in that era. I did. I had a Sega Mega Drive. I've got one downstairs.
So this entire build that you're seeing here, including the games and the
Dreamcast, PlayStation. Oh my god! See, this is what I've been waiting for on the Steam Deck. A beautiful like front end interface that lets you that really showcases your games, your ROMs, your systems.
have all your
just
PC games or maybe some of your favorite emulators on the SteamOS side, and then also have a dedicated SD card that you can just pop into the Steam Deck and start playing retro games just like that. And thanks to the fact that Bottasera has been around for a long time, this is really nice and polished as well. Now,
so yeah, Bottasera isn't something new. It's been around for a long time. If you've seen on YouTube, people have made videos of like the one USB drive that can, the ultimate USB emulation drive, and you basically plop it into your PC, boot into the USB drive, and access Bottasera and all your games, emulation systems, you name it.
because this is a test version of the operating system, this isn't going to be a full tutorial. I'm just going to kind of show you real quickly how I set it up. And if you want to try to test it out yourself, I'll have a link at the video description. Anyway, without any further delay, let's jump into this.
Oh yeah, Batocera, the Steam Deck preview. So he talks a little bit about your installation and your setup, which is fine. We're not going to go into that. If you want to go see that, go to the full video. Sega Mega Drive borders, look at that on the sides of the game. So you can customize it down to that. And I'm sure you could add shaders, make it look like an old CRT TV if you want
To exit out of game, all you have to do is press select and start.
That is so cool.
Menu. Now, out of the box,
Oh my god, I landed on the Sega Genesis.
the defaults for Bottasera are really nice. They're going to have things like borders on the screen.
So the borders, they're part of the default setup. That's really nice. The less tinkering I have to do to get the setup is for the better, right?
The black bars. But you can also go into the game settings within Emulation Station
Ooh.
and also trick that out as much as you'd like. For example, if you want to remove the bezels, you could do that. Or you could adjust it to integer scaling to make sure you have pixel perfect red work at 1080p. Then you could drop that.
Sega Dreamcast. Oh, is that what game is that? That's not Crazy Taxi, is it? I have an urge to play Crazy Taxi lately, and I've not been able to play it. So I'm gonna get this set up so I can play Crazy Taxi on the go.
I can load up Nintendo Switch games pretty easily. It is possible on Bottasera, but it is quite an advanced technique. And so personally, I think of Bottasera. All of those doesn't have quite the.
So yeah, he's saying you can run Switch games on Bottasera, but it's a little bit advanced right now, so I would not recommend doing that. Like, so basically, here's the end goal for this. Okay, it's like you're gonna. This is basically for all the old systems: your Game Boy Advance, your Game Boy, your Super Nintendo, your Genesis, your GameCube, Nintendo 64, your even potentially your Wii U, 3DS, you name it.
Then go ahead and check out the link in my.
Your PS2, even PSP. But for games for brand new systems like the Nintendo Switch, you're probably gonna just want to run the existing Nintendo Switch CMU emulator on the Steam Deck. So ideally, you're gonna play your PC games and potentially Nintendo Switch games on the Steam Deck SteamOS operating system, and then when you're wanting to access all your old library, all your emulated games. Oh, sorry, was that something that I just picked up there? Listen, alright, I'm a grown adult. But anyways. If you're wanting to access all your old games and old systems and stuff like that, you're going to want to boot into Bottasera and just have the ultimate gaming experience, alright? So anyways, guys, I'm Blaze2K. Let me know in the comments what you think. Go watch Video Gaming Core, Retro Game Core, his channel in the full video if you want to set this thing up on your Steam Deck yourself. Anyways, guys, I'm Blaze2K. Have a wonderful day, and I love you. Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to come back for more videos next time. Bye.